which big three has the better long-term future? The Miami Heat have their one championship. The Oklahoma City Thunder obviously looking for their first moving forward. Stephen A., start us off here. Which big three has the better future?
Short term, obviously, is the Miami Heat, but if we're talking about long term, I definitely think it's the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think when you have stars like Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant in this league, and they're just 23 years of age, you have that's a greater upside, particularly when they've just lost in the NBA Finals because they felt the pain early. It wasn't like it came later on. This pain that they felt from losing in the NBA Finals and getting annihilated in that Game 5, I think it resonates profoundly. And it's an experience like Scott Brooks was heard saying it during the huddle when the microphones were on him. He talked about how, you know, listen, give it up, give them credit, shake their hand, they beat you fair and square. This pain, just soak it all in. It obviously stings a great deal, but we grow from moments like this. And I think that the squad that they have, the three that they have, because despite how awful James Harden was, he can still play. There's plenty of room for improvement, and he's really, really very good right now. And Serge Ibaka is a stud himself. And I think somehow, some way, Oklahoma City Thunder might actually find a way to keep both of them. It's possible. So I'd say their upside is greater.
As a native of Oklahoma City, Stephen A., I dearly hope you're right. I suspect you're wrong about this one. I think Miami has the better short and long-term future here. It scares me. I got a shiver when the first name you mentioned of the big three of Oklahoma City was Russell Westbrook. I'm sorry. I stand right by what I said going into the finals, really going into the season. It's just hard for me to trust that dynamic between Westbrook and Kevin Durant. And when I look at the Heat's big three, Stephen A., okay, so Dwayne Wade is 30 years of age, had a bad knee, struggled through it. I saw the great Tim Grover on Thursday night. I think you talked to him also. Obviously trained Michael Jordan for years in Chicago. And Tim said he'd been called in on the fly, emergency situation. He'd had like 3 days to work with Dwayne Wade's knee. And he said, I think I can get it a lot better. I just don't have time right now. So could Dwayne at age 30 go have that, whatever that Kobe procedure was in Germany? Yeah. Could Dwayne give you to 35, 36, 37 great years? I think so. I don't see why not. Bosh played bigger than big all the way through the playoffs once he got healthy. And we saw LeBron finally figure it out. Man, I picked the Heat 2 years ago. I picked them this year. I'll pick them next year. I don't see any end in sight for the big three being the best three in basketball. And until Oklahoma City fixes that dynamic, I don't know if Eric Maynard gets to play more. Again, Westbrook is a terrific two-guard. I just don't love those two, him and Durant, playing together. They're just one basketball. And James Harden, to me, got exposed. They got physical with him. They roughed him up. They knocked him out psychologically. I just don't love it.
I think you need to be a little bit nice and more patient with Russell Westbrook. He's only 23. I mean, this guy's got a tremendous upside with his athleticism and the skills that he brings to the table. I definitely think that you should consider that. You should give the kid a chance because he is only going to get better. He's not going to get worse. As it pertains to Miami, there's no argument there. If Dwayne Wade is healthy, I don't see anybody stopping Miami next year. There's no doubt about it because Dwayne Wade's a superstar when he's healthy. The question mark about Dwayne Wade has been his health. That's why he was looking to the referees for help on so many occasions and stuff like that. And I think that, and I love the fact that he got Tim Grover back. Should have never let him go. Should have held on to him all of this time.
Yep.
So the fact that Tim Grover is back, I think Tim Grover will fix him. He's one of, if not the very best at what he does. And short term to me, there is no debate. Long term, I'm thinking 4 or 5 years down the road. That's where I was going with long term. Next 2 to 3, clearly Miami.
Okay, I'll be patient with Russell until tomorrow.
I don't know that you have the patient gene. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, to play or not to play, that is the big question facing several